So, when the film begins, we see a car with a lot of water on its windshield as it rains heavily outside. We also see a girl getting drenched in the rain. The scene cuts to a man named Patrick, who is currently at home. It's also raining heavily, but he's sitting inside, listening to the radio. We see that Patrick lives in a camper van, a van he uses as a home. Suddenly, someone knocks on his door. Hearing this, Patrick shouts, "Whoever's outside should leave, because I have no intention of opening the door." The man leaves, and Patrick returns to sit on a chair. But a moment later, someone knocks again. This time, a girl's voice says, "I need help," and he asks her to open the door quickly. Hearing this, Patrick goes to the door. Opening it slightly, he asks her what she needs. The girl says it's raining heavily outside and she needs to go to a town ahead. Can he give her a lift so she can get there safely? Patrick tells her she's getting very wet, so she should get inside. When she comes in, Patrick is surprised to see her, as if he's seen her somewhere before. Patrick asks her, "It's already late, so where are you going at this time of night?" The girl tells him she just needs to go to the next town. Patrick even brings her a towel, but the girl refuses, saying, "I don't need a towel. I just drop me where I want to go." Patrick tells her, "The van has been broken down for a long time. It's not running, so I can't drop you off at the town. A bus leaves tomorrow morning, so she can take that bus. So you spend the night here and leave tomorrow morning." He also tells her that the children in this town often tease him. They knock on the door and leave. "That's why when you first knocked on the door, I told you to leave because I thought there might be some kid there just for fun." He then says, "You're so wet, so why don't you take off your shirt and give it to me so I can put it near the heater and dry it." He says this and stands in front of her, as if he's trying to force her to do it. The girl is terrified, but she still gives him her shirt, and Patrick hangs it on the door near the heater so it can dry. Patrick then asks the girl, "She doesn't seem to be from here. So where is she from? What is her purpose? Where is she going?" The girl explains that she was sleeping on the beach, but the rain woke her up. That's why she came here to ask for help. Patrick is shocked to hear this, as the beach is very far away, and if she had run all the way from the beach to here, she would have had to travel many miles. This was impossible. Therefore, he understands that the girl is lying. But when he looks at her feet, he sees beach mud on them, which confuses him. Patrick then offers her a drink, but she refuses. She asks for his phone so she can make a call. Patrick says there's no phone here. He then takes some coins from his pocket and places them on the table in front of her, telling her that there's a phone booth a little further ahead where she could make a call. But because it's so late at night, the phone booth must be closed, which is why she had to spend the night here. He adds, "But I have the key to the phone booth. If she wants, he can go there with her," but the girl refuses and starts walking away. But when she sees a strong storm brewing outside, she plans to stay. She sees several girls' belongings in Patrick's trolley, which makes her think they might belong to his wife. Patrick then suggests, "Why don't you take a hot bath so she can get clean and his shirt will dry?" He says this and stands in front of her again, as if forcing her to do so. The girl panics and reluctantly goes into the bathroom to take a bath. Just then, we notice something passing over the van, a loud noise making the girl even more nervous. Patrick wonders how the girl got there so late at night. She said she came from the beach, but the beach is very far away. She's seen the girl somewhere, but she can't remember where. The girl also thinks, "He keeps coming and standing in front of me," which makes her a little scared, and she feels something is definitely wrong with him. Now both of them are suspicious of each other. They feel something strange is happening. While the girl is taking a bath in the bathroom, a lot of blood starts flowing from her head. But then she regains consciousness and thinks it might be a hallucination. That is, she saw a thought that was only in her mind and related to reality. When she comes out of the bath, she sees Patrick making soup for her. Patrick gives her a sweater to wear. The girl asks, "Whose sweater is this?" He replies, "It's my friend's," and the girl immediately puts it on. Patrick then asks, "Are you married?" Hearing this, the girl, the visitor, says, I can't even take proper care of myself. How will I take care of my husband? That's why I haven't married yet. I keep moving from city to city, getting myself into situations that are very difficult to escape. Like, I'm stuck here, and it's so difficult to get out. The girl then asks Patrick why he was up until 2 a.m. Patrick tells her that he's so lonely that he can't sleep. He then offers her soup to drink, but she refuses because she doesn't trust him at all. Suddenly, there's a knock on the door, which frightens him. He asks the visitor, is that someone you know? Have you called anyone? The visitor tells her that no one is with her. She's completely alone. Hearing this, Patrick looks out the door, but he doesn't see anyone there, and he realizes it must be the children playing a prank on him. So he immediately locks the door. Patrick then sees that the visitor, instead of drinking the soup, is throwing it away. Seeing this, he understands that the girl still doesn't believe him. That's why she's not eating the food he gave her, not even drinking the soup. So Patrick tells her, you should have eaten that food because I didn't add anything to it. The girl responds, I didn't want to do this, but I did it anyway because I still can't believe you. Hearing this, Patrick brings a flashlight, because the lights are out, and tells her she can leave if she wants. He's not forcing her. The girl says, no, I don't want to leave, and we should fix the fuse box together so the lights come back on. The girl now feels like this man is perfectly fine, and she's just doubting him for no reason. So from now on, she tries to communicate with him politely. Then, they both go to fix the fuse. Patrick leads the way, while the girl stands behind, holding a flashlight. But the flashlight falls on Patrick's clothes, stained with blood. He also carries a hammer with a shell on it. This frightens her and she thinks he might be the murderer. But she goes to get medicine to treat the injury on his back. When she sees the medicine box, she finds a large number of earrings in one of them, including his own wife's. She is shocked and confused as to what is going on. She immediately comes out and confronts Patrick, asking why he stole her earrings. Hearing this, Patrick replies, I'm seeing you for the first time, so it's impossible I stole your earrings. None of them could be yours. The girl, terrified, decides to leave. She says, open the van door so I can go. Patrick says the door is already open. If you want to go, leave immediately. He says, you came here yourself to ask for help, and I helped you, but why are you acting like I'm wrong now? Why do people come to me asking for help, only to later blame me? It's better you don't come to me at all, because if they don't come to me, I won't help anyone. When the girl opens the door, she sees a fierce storm brewing outside. So she decides to stay. She apologizes to Patrick, saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I treated you like this. You shouldn't have done that. Patrick forgave her and started playing cards with her. He said, I was married, but my wife used to take drugs. One day, she overdosed and died. He further said, I first met my wife at a gas station. She asked for help because she was hungry, so I bought her a packet of chips. We fell in love there for the first time and got married. Hearing this, the girl believed him, and this time she had a drink. Just then, Patrick heard a car approaching outside. When he went out to see whose car it was, the girl immediately got up and went to her bedroom because she heard a phone vibrating and thought there might be a phone there. When he went there and pulled back the curtain, he was shocked to find the body of a girl lying there, clutching a packet of chips. The girl was terrified and convinced that Patrick was indeed a murderer. He must have met this girl at the gas station, bought her chips. Then, under some pretext, he brought her here and killed her. This is the same girl whose story he was just telling, but he was lying, saying she was his wife. The girl was terrified by this and immediately decided to run away. But as soon as she turned around, Patrick was standing in front of her, who immediately attacked her and tied her up. He said, don't fight. Don't try to fight, because it'll be useless. I killed the first girl with drugs. It's a drug that causes the body to dehydrate, causing the throat to swell, leading to death. You're going to die the same way because I've mixed the same drug in your drink too. That's what happened. The girl started feeling strange, and her throat swelled, leading to her death shortly after. But now comes a twist that will surprise you. Yes, it's true that Patrick is a serial killer. That girl wasn't his wife, but he'd lured her here with chips, luring her with his words, so he could give her a painful death, because that was his job, and he enjoyed it. She was his victim, the predator, whom he called his wife, and this girl who came to Patrick for help, the visitor. This was the same girl we saw at the beginning, drenched in the rain. Patrick was sitting in the car at that time, and he had taken a liking to her and was planning to make her his prey. That's why he felt as if he'd seen her somewhere before. Patrick wasn't that young at that time, and now he's old. He'd preyed on many girls and brutally killed them because he'd become accustomed to giving them such painful deaths. He'd killed them unwillingly, and now he's old and completely alone. That's why he called her his wife, because his mental balance had deteriorated a bit. But he often regretted his actions, and here's an even bigger secret I'll tell you, one that will shock you. It's that everything we've seen in the story so far was just a thought going through Patrick's mind. His mind had deteriorated so much that he could see his victims as he murdered them, although this had happened long ago. These visions were often of his various victims, girls he had killed since his youth, and all of these things made him feel ashamed. Thoughts of some of the girls became hallucinations. He could even see things he hadn't done to them. It was only because of his mental state that he made up stories, as he saw this girl. When she came to him for help, Patrick killed her with a hammer. This is why he saw blood while showering. The rest of his time with the girl was merely Patrick's hallucinations, and he kept the belongings of every girl he killed. Now, the spirits of all those girls come and force Patrick to take the same drug, which he does without thinking. Now, it's his turn to die. He was about to die carrying with him the guilt of being a serial killer, but now it was useless. His guilt would die with him, and with that, the movie's story ends.